Hey guys, welcome to this week's Bachelorette chat.
Does anybody even care about this show anymore?
I feel like it's been forever.
It's
Yeah, I feel like it's been forever since we saw JoJo and the gang.
JoJo in Argentina.
JoJo.
I don't even know what episode this is. Do you even care?
I don't know. Is anybody even out there? So yeah.
Anybody out there?
It's another week in Argentina, and the only reason I remember what happened last time is because they were all, "Don't cry for me, with the guy crying in the car, Jim Halpert crying in the car.
Was he drinking his own tears?
I think he was.
All right. Well, Alex and James
They
were
got
saved
hitty
last
roses
week.
last week.
So they were going to be tortured for at least one more week.
Come on. Do we really think that they're going to win now? Okay. But anyway, this week there are no roses on the one-on-one dates. You're going to have to wait until the rose ceremony. But
only the group date has a one-on-one.
there is a group date rose.
All right, which young buck is up first? Looks like little Alex.
He's the only one who hasn't had a one-on-one date yet.
That's pretty pathetic.
So,
all right, so he gets to drive with JoJo to the destination.
they're going to the Argentinian countryside.
But the young bucks have to take this bus from like 50 years ago.
Ah!
It looked pretty vintagey though.
It looked
like,
fun. I don't know.
So of course they're singing annoying songs.
No, they made up like this rap, but then they juxtaposed that rap with Alex's rap, and he was just like, "I'm a lyrical genius, got a really big penis." That was
Wrong show.
I know.
All right, so
But that car ride with Alex was super boring, and I want to like him because he's like an American hero.
I think I'd rather stick needles in my eyes. The most exciting thing on that trip was the potato chips.
Yeah.
A bag of crisps was more exciting than Alex.
That's sad.
He's a tiny gaucho.
Yeah, so they meet up with some gauchos.
Gaucho. He called it a gucho.
Gucho.
Tiny gucho. You must be this tall to ride the horses. He just made it.
Oh, they didn't have to get a little pony for him, did they?
Nope, and he was able to pull himself up on the horse without a giddy up.
He's strong, okay?
Yeah. All right, so...
So yeah, they were horseback riding, da-da-da-da, and it just seemed like there was no connection there.
Gauchos are so cool, but they really, really did them a disservice when they showed this weird-ass horse whisperer scene and made them lie on top of this horse that was all, like, relaxed out.
But, like, what about when the guy was, like, pulling up the horse's legs, and it was just, like, it was weird. It was weird.
I thought they were going to do that to JoJo next. JoJo whisperer.
It was weird,
Look,
yeah.
This is how you do it.
And then they were, like, making out on top of the horse, and the horse was like,
did not
"You're
like
on
that.
my neck!"
The horse didn't like it, and then at one point the horse started sniffing Alex's crotch. He had no choice. No choice.
Oh, it was weird. Okay, let's move on.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, literally, the polo club, the guys
show
arrived.
up. They're gonna be staying there. It looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, but that sketch, like, food truck that they stopped at on the way there was disgusting. There was about 1,000 flies.
Mystery meat.
The dog that they offered the meat to was just like,
No.
no, I'm sorry, I cannot. No.
Yeah, you know when the dog
They
passes
threw it on the floor.
Ooh. Yeah.
He's like, this meat's no good.
All right, well, back on Alex's date, things are not going great.
Well, he pulls out the, "I really think I'm falling in love." He didn't sing it, but he might as well have because it sucked.
It's so sad because he's got like that cute little smiley face. He's all...
Yeah, but he might be a smiley face on the outside, but he's a mean little bitch on the inside.
Whoa!
Don't you remember that whole thing?
I do, of course.
That is not a good look.
I know. But anyway, he's all like, "I love you," and she's just like... I mean, come on, man, read the room. She's like throwing up in her mouth.
Yeah. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna euthanize you because...
No!
You can't make it till... You can't... I'm not gonna do this
She
to
didn't
you.
want to keep him hanging around
Yeah.
until the rose ceremony. So yeah, like there was no rose on this date, but she was
She
just like...
humanely cut him.
Yeah.
He should have been happy, but he was... Then she was...
I'm sure it stings.
She was the one who was more upset than he was.
She was pissed because he was upset. But, like, what do you want him to do?
You know what? She was giving him some really bad signals. Like, oh, we had a connection from the beginning and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then he had oh, I love you. Ugh.
Never mind.
Too much.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was it.
He's cut.
Okay. Let's talk about the next one-on-one date. This one was with Jordan. And
yes, private jet. He took his limo to the private jet.
I loved how he was talking about how he's, like, not entitled and stuff as he's, like, rolling up in that crazy-ass limo to the private jet. I mean, obviously the show set that up, but still, it was just funny.
They're going to the winery.
A winery.
Yeah.
The winery.
the winery in Mendoza, one of them anyway. So, yeah, they did a I Love Lucy. They stomped the grapes. But they didn't have a fight in the grape pit.
No. How disgusting was it when they scooped out the liquid and stuff and the shrapnel from the grapes, and then they freaking drank it? Ew!
I hope they threw the rest of that out. That just makes me want to throw up thinking about it.
I would love to throw up right now. I'm gonna go throw up right now. It was gross.
Alright, so then they got in the hot tub, and he pulls out I want you to meet my mama. Let me just tell you, when a guy says mama in reference to his mother, run the other effing way.
Uh-oh.
It's not good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. He knows that he is going to get a hometown date. He knows it.
Of course.
Yeah.
She loves football. So at the fake dinner, which the dog showed up to, there was a lot of dogs in Argentina.
The dog was like, I know you're not going to eat that food, so let me have it.
With his skinny jeans that he's been wearing the whole time, let me just say, when Jordan wears skinny jeans, it looks like a girl from the bottom. But when Luke wears skinny jeans, now that's a man.
Whoa, all right.
Just gonna put that out there for everybody.
All right, well, because hometown dates are coming up, he's talking about his family, and he lets JoJo know that, like, oh, my family's amazing, except for my brother Aaron.
He's a real dick.
It's basically what he said.
We don't talk. He does his thing, I do mine. And you could just see her face was like...
So no football tickets?
Exactly. I'm thinking he's a cheater brand. The brother was really successful in football. He wanted to have a career in football.
Maybe he was like, no, I'm not helping you.
It didn't happen. So then, in order to turn her frown upside down, he was like, yeah, I'm so in love with you.
And this time she didn't throw up in her mouth. But I did.
All right. So, he's in like Flynn.
Of course. All right. So the group date. Got Robbie, Chase, and James. They were supposed to do some sort of outdoorsy adventure thing. Yeah. So then they were stuck in the hotel.
So she ordered up some really disgusting looking junk food. This
really
was
greasy.
The greasiest crap ever.
I mean, it looked good, but it also looked like they'd be spending half the date in the crapper.
Toilet. All right. So James Taylor was like, hey, how many fries do you think I can get my mouth around?
He said all of them on the plate except for 6. And I'm curious how he arrived at that number. That last 6 was really going to put him over the top.
I don't know, but that was not a good look for him. And
it looked like his mouth was going to split open, like, on the sides.
He was, like, throwing up a little bit. He also turned into a bit of a dick by calling out Robbie for leering at women. He
kept going at Robbie, like, over and over again.
All right, so now let's have some one-on-one time.
Well, wait, they played Truth or Dare, too.
Oh, right.
And Robbie was all like, here's my stuff.
Here's my Calvin Klein's.
I'm going to run down the hallway in my undies.
That was okay.
All right, one-on-one time.
Robbie had a bad breakup. I'm thinking it was with a real doll. Because, like, he only met the mom once and they went out for, like, almost 4 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't he say he also, like, never went to her house, ever?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm not going to judge that, whatever. But
it was a weird relationship.
The thing that I was, like, about was that they just broke up, like...
4 months ago.
Yeah, like, less than 6 months before this. Ugh. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow. So that was a big red flag for JoJo, hopefully.
I don't know.
Those Calvins, though.
Yeah, so then Chase, I'm sorry, but like, I don't even know who this Chase guy is.
Chase pulls out the, I really do like you a lot.
Okay, but like, who are you?
I like you a lot.
Who are you, man?
Yeah. Then they had this big discussion of like, who's the front runner here? Is it the guys who got the one-on-ones, or is it not the guys who got the one-on-ones? Because James Taylor is aware that everybody else is getting it on with JoJo except for him.
Well, yeah, he even said that during his one-on-one time with her. He was like, yeah, where's like all the stuff?
Where's all the physical stuff? I'm sure you're doing it with the other guys.
Ah!
What's wrong with me?
Well, he let her know, like, he's in the process of falling in love with her.
That was the lamest crap ever. You cannot stand up to these other guys.
You could just tell, too, like, how far apart they were sitting. We're sitting closer than that.
All right, so Robbie got the date rose. I don't know how freaking James Taylor thought he was going to get it, because wake up. Wake up.
All right, well, it's time for Luke's one-on-one. Lukey.
Yeah, Lukey. They went horseback riding, which was amazing.
He's all, like, professional.
He's like, his family owns a ranch.
So he grew up with that.
He knows about horses. He knows how to shoot them guns.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah. And he taught her a lot of stuff about, like, horses and
guns.
He was wearing those pants.
Those were some... Luke is...
He knows he's bow-legged as hell, but that butt makes up for it.
Whoa!
All right. And she also liked when they had a little chat, and he's like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing after the show. What do you think about that?
Yeah, he wants to wait to plan out his life until he's got the person that he's going to share it with, so...
Yeah. He doesn't have expectations. And she has lowered expectations, so she likes that.
All right. Well, it seemed like that date went really well. There's not really much to say there.
They didn't even have, like, after time.
No, it was, like, really short. But anyway, no cocktail party. Went right to the rose ceremony. Let's just cut to the chase.
Goodbye, James Taylor.
It was time to go.
You saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah, but he, like, shaved and everything.
Yeah.
It was more of a friends thing.
She cried more than he did. She just feels sorry for these SOBs.
Well, I'm sure it's tough to, like, crush, person after person like that.
You shouldn't leave them on then.
Yeah, but, like that's just how the show is, you know?
No, but, she does pull out certain things. Oh, we got a real I felt a real connection from the beginning and blah, blah, blah. You don't do that if you're going to cut somebody's throat.
Yeah, but, she's got to say some of that shit for the show.
I guess. I don't know.
She can't just be like, not feeling it. No, hell no. She can't do that.
Next week is hometowns, and there will be drama. There will be tears. There might be blood.
I want to see a freaking parent drinking wine out of the bottle.
Yes!
Don't make us wait until JoJo's hometown for that.
Her mom loves that. All right, guys, let us know what you thought in the comments. And until next time,
much love.